Diego looking for their first win of the season, but for Arizona, a lot of new faces on the field here tonight.
Chris, even though the Strike Force are 0-5, the Rattlers will face some challenges this evening. A host of Rattlers not playing tonight, including starting quarterback Verlon Reed. No Nick Diavanzo, no Jabri Lawley, no Philip Henry. Most teams wouldn't know what to do when adversity strikes like this, but leave it to Kevin Guy, and I'm excited to see all the new players who will perform tonight.
Well, San Diego is led by their quarterback, Derek Bernard. He leads the league in passing yards and is second in touchdown tosses.
Yes, San Diego has a very high-powered passing attack, and it is led by Derek Bernard. They're the top-ranked passing offense in the IFL. He threw for TDs and ran for another 2 TDs last week. He's a dual threat, and he's not afraid to spread the ball around to everyone. Tonight, he will be facing a stingy Rattlers defense that leads the league in several defensive categories.
Now offensively for Arizona, running back Daryl Monroe is going to see his first action of the season. It's going to be fun to watch him play.
Chris, the reigning IFL Offensive Player of the Year in 2018, he led the league in just about every rushing category. There are a lot of eyes on him tonight. This is a big game for Daryl Monroe. He had a great week of practice, and he's looking to challenge Jabri Lawley for the starting running back position here with the Rattlers.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the kickoff between the Arizona Rattlers and the San Diego Strike Force. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Rattlers football on Phoenix CW. Huge return by Jared Harrington, left side, getting things started for this Arizona offense. Jared Harrington, the big return. And let's now take a look at the keys to tonight's game. Randy, what do you have for us?
Chris, keys to tonight, the Rattlers they have to contain Derek Bernard tonight. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a dual threat. He's not afraid to spread the ball. They must contain him. They must limit the turnovers also. Last week, they had several turnovers in crucial situations, and they must play disciplined on both sides of the ball. Do not have all the penalties that they accumulated last week.
And the quarterback, Jeff Ziamba, replacing Verlon Reed, suffered a season-ending injury, and Daryl Monroe, his first carry of the season, picks up right where he left off.
That's why he's the reigning offensive IFL player of the year last year. Looked good cutting through the holes. That offensive line, though, Chris, I'll tell you, has done a fabulous job this year of opening up holes for those guys to run through.
There's a look at the Rattlers starting offensively. First and goal from the 4, left side, Monroe cuts it back in. Gets brought down just short of the goal line. Brought down at about the 2.
This is familiar territory for him. Inside the 5, last year he did such a great job of converting, these drives like this into touchdowns. And it wouldn't surprise me if Kevin Guy gave him the ball one more time right now to see if he could punch it in for his first touchdown of the year. He's making his debut, and he's excited.
And there's a look at the strike force defense. Playing a little shorthanded here tonight. Second and goal from the 2. Monroe, left side, touchdown, Rattlers. Daryl Monroe, first action of the season, finishes off the opening drive for the touchdown.
3 straight running plays to Daryl Monroe. If that doesn't tell you, Kevin Guy wants to take a look at him, wants to see if he's in the, in the same form he was in last season, and he looked very good on this opening drive, Chris.
Certainly did. Now Jimmy Camacho on now for the extra point. Leads the league in made PATs. And this one is up, and it is good. And just like that, this Arizona offense picks up right where it left off. 63.3 points per game on the season. That leads the IFL. Jabri Lawley not playing tonight. Daryl Monroe in. Rushing attack, doesn't miss a beat.
Doesn't skip a beat. I tell you, that's going to be an interesting battle next week when they both are at practice and Jabri Lawley possibly will play. It's going to be some interesting decisions for Coach Guy as well, because I'm not sure he's going to dress both of them, and if he does, who has to take a break? Who is he going to sit? But it is a luxury to have all those.
And there's a look at Daryl Monroe's numbers from last season. And look at that, he led the league in rushing touchdowns, second in yards per game, yards per carry, as well as rushing yards, and he did that in just 10 games.
Wow, very impressive. And then on top of that, too, 5.3 yards per carry on top, too. So, well-rounded player Kevin Guy's got.
And you mentioned it, playing in place of Jabri Lawley. He's had himself a whale of a season. First 4 games for the Rattlers. Almost an embarrassment of riches, if you will, in the running back position.
He's got a luxury of talent down there, and that's why we spoke in the open about all the players that are not here tonight. Next guy up, these guys are ready to go, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they can continue to play well without those starters.
Camacho at the kick. Penalty flag is down. Great job on coverage. Miles makes the tackle. So let's see what the penalty flag is for.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 64. Half the distance to the goal. First down, San Diego.
So the strike force start their opening drive from about their own 2.5-yard line.
Rattlers special team have done a great job of pinning guys back all season, so this is nothing new for them.
So Derek Bernard, quarterback for the strike force, throws it out in the flat. Catch is made by David Carter, wide receiver out of Seton Hall.
You know, I haven't seen the quick screen much this year, Chris, but that brings me back to my old days right there. But Devin Cockrell did a really good job of going up and forcing that play, and a 1 or 2 yard gain on a quick screen, that's usually good defense.
So Derek Bernard, 983 yards passing on the season. That leads the league. 17 touchdown passes is second. And we got Bernard stepping back, fires, but it gets drilled in to make the hit. Lance McDowell along with the MAC linebacker, Ricky Wyatt Jr.
They put so much pressure on the quarterback up the middle with big Lance McDowell pushing up the middle. That time there, he was lucky to get that ball off and not get a safety.
Now, we had a chance to catch up with San Diego head coach Bert Grossman before the game, and he talked about Derek Bernard. He hasn't practiced all week. He hurt his toe in last weekend's game against Tucson. So it's like a turf toe injury. So we got to keep an eye on him and see how he's able to handle that tonight. Beautiful defense coming over the top to knock it down. Devontae Merriweather. Merriweather, the reigning IFL Defensive Player of the Week.
I like his style, Chris. Last week he's playing in the box. This week he's in the secondary. Just a versatile player who can do it all for Coach Guy. And as you see, a great break on the football just then.
Yeah, Merriweather, 10 tackles last week against Sioux Falls. That led the team. Also had that scoop and score as well. And he got named the Defensive Player of the Week.
You know, when you score a touchdown on defense, you get your name in the paper, you get Defensive Player of the Week, you get all those things. So great for Devontae.
You get to cut in line for the snow cones too, right? A long field goal attempt here for Ernesto Lakayo. He's 5 of 10 on the season, a long of 31, but this one's about 60 yards. And fielding it is Jamal Miles. Look at all that space he has to work with. Gets tripped up, ball is loose. Let's see if he's called down by the officials, and it looks like he is. But boy, he had half the field to work with there.
Half the field to work with and a wall out in front of him. Like just a whole wall, a host of Rattlers out there in front of him, and he gets this little tiny shoestring tackle that time, and he's able, Jonte Berry is able to save a touchdown by Miles that time. So lucky as we look at the replay here. Just no one even in the picture right there, Chris, as he just picks and chooses where he wants to go. And, oh,
Turf Monster.
Turf Monster.
Jamal Miles. He's going to be kicking himself when he watches the film on that.
That'll be a funny moment in film tomorrow.
Ziamba out of shotgun, rolls to his left. Beautiful pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And it looked like it was Sheldon Augustine. Couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, Mikael Mayer was putting some pressure on Ziamba as well. Had Ziamba been able to see Augustine at first, he was open, but he had a little pressure coming up the middle, flushed him out to the left side, and he wasn't able to make an accurate throw.
Augustine was picked up last week, played in the win against Sioux Falls, and Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy was very complimentary about Augustine, a Desmond Epps type of player. And I know that's the type of player you like, Randy Gatewood.
Oh, yeah.
Very explosive. Augustine drops it off, screen. Miles, plenty of room, right side. Touchdown, Arizona. Jamal Miles with the 20-yard grab and go. Rattlers score once again.
On this particular play, you can watch him wait for his blocking. He waits for the lineman to get out in front of him. He gets the one block right there by Steve Garola, and then it's off to the races. He has the corner of the end zone. Unfortunately, Deshaun Haythorne was not able to get him before he scored.
Miles had a rushing touchdown and a touchdown catch in last week's win against Sioux Falls. Gets a touchdown catch here. Camacho's extra point is up, and it is good. And with 8:22 remaining here in the opening quarter, Ziamba to Miles for the score. Rattlers lead 14-0. You're watching Rattlers football on the Phoenix CW. Welcome back, everybody. 8:22 remaining here, opening quarter. Arizona's had the ball twice, and they've scored twice, Randy.
Yeah, they're looking good. And unfortunately, Strike Force, they've got some injuries. They got some issues. New nose guard, a couple of guys, new guys playing on offense. So anytime you're under man playing this Rattlers team, like you're in for some trouble. So they've got to find a way to get a drive going, though, to see if they can stop it before the Rattlers really put the foot on the gas.
Yeah, you mentioned the injuries for San Diego. Their starting nose guard is now their starting center here tonight. And the starting nose guard, they just picked up this week and didn't even practice with the team this week.
Wow. Wow. I guess, though, to a certain degree, that shows how versatile, the guy is, who's able to just flip right over to the offensive side of the ball. But they don't have that chemistry. He hadn't been around long enough to develop that. So they've got to find a way to get something going tonight, though, because Chris, Kevin Guy, he will put his foot on the gas and he'll run this thing up. Before you know it, it'll get out of hand.
Oh, yeah. Camacho with the kick. Nice return there for San Diego. And that's Marcus Rogers.
He's running hard, too, He hit the thing downhill. He needed one more block, and it may have put him in a foot race. As you see, I always joke about Desmond Epps and speed and everything like that. So for me, I love to see a good foot race, Chris. Guys in the open field, one guy turns on the gas and the other guy's trying to get to him.
Because it's a skill set you wish you had.
Well, I kind of had it, just not quite, I kind of had it.
we got a false start here against the Strike Force.
I had what you call football speed. Yeah.
You were fast enough.
There you
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So when we did have a chance to talk to Strike Force head coach Bert Grossman, it's been a trying 5 games for the team.
Very.
They've dealt with a lot of changes on the field and off the field. And they're just trying to push forward here at this point. Handoff. Keeping his feet. Pickup of about 7 on the carry is George Moriera, but we got a penalty flag thrown.
He was one little slip and fall away from taking off. Yeah, he lost his balance. I think he got tripped up a little bit by Connor Flagel, but man, he was one step away.
After the play was over, personal foul. Offense, number 72. Half the distance to the goal. The down counts. It's second down.
And that's Jonte Berry, and that's the guy who flipped over from nose guard to center.
Yeah. Those are the things, though, you can't do, especially against a good team, We spoke about penalties last week, and, Strike Force already, I think this is their 3rd penalty this game. You got to be more disciplined. You can't get into those little situations where it's costing your team every single drive.
Yeah, the Rattlers, they had 16 penalties against Sioux Falls last Sunday. That was something that Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy said they need to clean up. Bernard fires. And we got a souvenir ball in the front row.
He just has nowhere to go with the football, though, Chris. The Rattlers with the passing rush, the pass rush that they have, the secondary all playing on the same level. He just has nowhere. And he may have threw that ball even a little bit early. He had a little bit more time to maybe set and throw make an accurate throw. But that's what happens when you're beat up, you're banged up, and you don't have all the confidence quite in the guys up front.
Well, this matchup is particularly tough for San Diego. You mentioned Strike Force have the leading passing offense in the league. Well, the Rattlers have the leading passing defense, just under 100 yards a game. Bernard, 3rd down. Fires complete. Tackle is made by Wyatt Jr. Penalty flag is thrown. In a vicinity where holding is usually the call.
Offense, that penalty declined. It's 4th down.
Were you speculating, or was that like?
I saw the signal.
Oh, okay.
Prior.
All right.
And the official looked at Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy, let him know if he wanted to decline the penalty. So,
because I'm
not about speculating up here.
I'm known for
yes,
speculating.
You are.
So. But I'm always right, though, too.
I don't know about that. We'll have to check with the
All
truck
right.
and see what the percentage is on that one.
9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going that high? I don't know about that. So 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and about 7. After the Rattlers decline the penalty. So the play stands. 4th and 7. Bernard, Wyatt Jr. with the blitz. Bernard just heaves it up and throws it into the crowd. Not much of an opportunity for Bernard to do much, as he has a quick little "how you doing" to Ricky Wyatt Jr. Exchanging pleasantries, it looks like.
Yeah, he just has nowhere to go with the football. And
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So a late flag is thrown, and the penalty is going to go against Arizona, and that's going to give the strike force an automatic first down.
wow, those are the things that we talked about last time, and now they've given them an opportunity to extend the drive. So as a result, we'll see what happens.
And we now have a new quarterback for San Diego, and it's going to be Jahal Vercher.
Timeout, San Diego.
And we got a timeout by the strike force. And we'll take the break as well. 6:07 remaining, first quarter. Rattlers leading the strike force 14-0. We'll be right back. Well, I know two people enjoying this start by the Rattlers, Big John and Michelle.
Two of my favorite people. They've been around for a long time Rattler fans. And I forgave her last week because she's wearing a number 1 jersey now. She used to wear a 17 jersey, but based on everything that's going on, I totally forgive her.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Ball is loose. Big hit. Recovered by Flagel. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Wow.
Connor Flagel with the big hit, the pickup, and the score.
That's the double whammy right there, Chris. You make the hit, you force the fumble, and you pick it up. That's a
the hat
triple.
trick.
That's the hat trick, the triple. Great play. Look at him slide right in, makes the big hit, punches the ball out, pushes him down, scoop and score, and then turns on the Jets. Nothing like the big man getting his name in the paper tomorrow. And then he flips the ball like he's done this before. I like it.
Connor Flagel making the big play for that Rattlers defense. Camacho's extra point, and it is good. 21-0, Rattlers with the lead. 5:18 remaining here in the opening quarter. Connor Flagel, 6'5", 280 out of Central Missouri. This guy spent some time in the NFL with Tennessee and Oakland during training camp and preseason. Got injured, found his way here to the Rattlers. And we talk about Connor Flagel. This guy's big, strong, does a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And oh, by the way, he's a playmaker too.
Super job that time. And you know, Kevin Guy really didn't get to evaluate him in the first game of the season because he got banged up. He only played, I think, around 3 or 4 plays. So now he's showing what he can do. And Coach Guy, in every meeting we've had on the conference calls and stuff, he spoke very highly of Connor Flagel, but he wanted to see him perform. And tonight he's showing him exactly what he thought he could do.
And how about for the second straight week, this Rattlers defense has gotten a touchdown. Last week it was Devontae Merriweather, and here tonight it's Connor Flagel.
Wow. Third stop of the first quarter too, Chris. 3 stops already.
Well, it's the start that Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy was looking for. You mentioned it off the top, a lot of new faces. Wasn't sure what to expect from some of the guys, and Connor Flagel making the latest play here for Arizona. Rogers with the return, and he gets dropped by the reigning defensive player of the week, Devontae Merriweather.
All over the field. Merriweather's a guy who could certainly play back in our day. A guy, I bet he could flip over and play offense if he needed him to play wide receiver or something like that. He could absolutely flip over. That special teams is known for pinning guys back, and they got him just outside the 10-yard line again.
And there you see Bernard in at quarterback. Strike force starting from their own 11. And I guess you'd call that offsides, Randy?
That would absolutely be offsides right there. It's the second time it's happened, too.
False start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Or false start, however you like it.
You can call it a false start, but it's offsides. Okay. He's 5 yards down the field.
He was already engaged on his block with the Rattlers defender. Pushes the strike force back 5 yards, back to their own 6. Bernard, handoff. Not much room to work with there for Moriera, the running back out of Illinois State. 5'10", 205. As you see big Lance McDowell there.
Yeah, you're not going to run the ball.
15-yard penalty, first down.
And McDowell gives the signal to the official, who, me?
That's a way of saying, yeah, I did it, but it's a way of talking. He's speaking in a language to Coach Guy that only they understand, you know, like, oh, really, me? So that when Kevin Guy jumps him tomorrow, hey, Coach, I didn't know that. Great job on the run, but you can't, those are the simple, that's the discipline we spoke about in the keys of the game that Coach Guy stressed.
And McDowell in particular, he had 6 penalties by himself in last Sunday's win against Sioux Falls. Pitch left side, just no room to work with on the short side there.
Look at him swarm to the ball, though. Ricky Wyatt Jr., Chris McAllister, Lance McDowell in on that one, too. I mean, there's five of the eight defenders are over there swarming to the football as Jonta Berry is down right now.
Jonta Berry, player who's starting nose guard, moved over to center for tonight's game, is down. 3:50 left remaining opening quarter. We'll take a break. Rattlers with the lead, 21-0 over the strike force. We'll be right back right here on the Phoenix CW. 3:50 remaining here in the opening quarter. And it's been all Rattlers. They lead the Strike Force 21-0. San Diego with the ball, 2nd and 10 from their own 21.
The Rattlers have been able to slow down this high-powered passing attack that we spoke about earlier. I mean, San Diego has not been able to get anything going tonight.
And when we talked with San Diego head coach Bert Grossman, I mean, they got a depleted offensive line and going against the top defense in the league. He knew it wasn't going to be pretty. As Bernard fires wide open inside the 5-yard line, making the play is Victor Dean Jr. for the Strike Force.
Great job that time by Derek Bernard of getting the ball out and throwing it on the line and not allowing Dylan Winfrey to make that play.
So just like that, the Strike Force, 1st and goal from the 4. You give Bernard a little bit of time to throw it, you can see what he can do with that arm.
Absolutely. A strike in there on the backside to Victor Dean Jr.
Handoff. Moriera bounces out to the left side. Touchdown, San Diego.
Wow. Great job of penetration by Lance McDowell that time, but the troops were not able to come and get him before he could get into the end zone. Great burst, too, by George Moriera.
So for Moriera, the 4-yard touchdown run, his 6th touchdown of the season, and that gets the Strike Force on the board.
They needed that, Chris. They needed to come down and answer. You know, the Rattlers scored on 3 straight possessions, stopped them on 3 straight drives, so maybe this will help them get a little confidence going here against Arizona.
And so now it's going to be Lakayo on for the extra point. Perfect 28 of 28 on the season on PATs. Can he make it 29?
That's very impressive.
And he can. As we get the delayed call from the official on the PATs, we take another look at Mariota's run, and great job bouncing it. Lance McDowell did a great job getting penetration. But then Moriera just bounced it to the outside for the score.
Bounced it to the outside, and he was able to outrun Devontae Merriweather and Ricky Wyatt Jr. on that play. So a great job of getting in the end zone that time and getting on the board for San Diego.
Jeff Jarnigan, who leads the special teams, having a little chat with the guys before the kickoff here. Jarnigan, also the assistant GM and the defensive line coach, does a fantastic job.
Oh, as sharp as they come. Chris, as sharp as they come from guys who's been in around the IFL and the AFL and everything that comes with it. He's as sharp as it gets.
And you also got Connie Kawhi, the assistant head coach.
Yep, Connie's another guy who my last, few years in the league, he jumped on the Rattler staff and has just done a phenomenal job over the years of transitioning, especially with all the players that they lose from injuries to go and play in other leagues and everything like that. I think that's a testament to Guy, to Schertz, to Connie, to Jernigan, because the turnover here with all the success he has, that's just been amazing.
Yeah, Connie Kawhi is the offensive line coach as well. It all starts at the top here at the Rattlers. That'd be the owner, Ron Schertz. This has been a winning organization since Ron Schertz has been involved here at Arizona.
Well, we set the foundation, long ago, so,
Onside kick, but that gets touched a little too early.
I couldn't help but laugh at that one. He almost knew it too, He totally knew it. Lonnie Burkham III knew it, and all he could do was stop on that particular play.
Illegal touching, kicking team. The ball will be placed at the touch. First down, Arizona.
And I did not want to discount, Mr. Gatewood, the success that you had as a Rattler player here as well. Let's take a look at the numbers for Kevin Guy since he took over. 11th season at the helm as Rattlers head coach and GM. He's won nearly 76% of his games. 4 league championships.
Very impressive.
Left side, Monroe gets bounced into the dasher boards. Not much room there on that left side.
You know he's going to keep running the football, though, inside the red zone. That's what he loves. He loves running the football. I think he enjoys calling running plays more than he does passing plays because it enforces, it shows you that we're going to come right at you, we're going to be physical, and we're just going to beat you up front. And they've been very successful at running the football so far this year.
That's part of the brand of football that Kevin Guy likes. He wants to be physical and mentally tough. Ziamba fakes the pitch, wide open, touchdown Rattlers. Jamal Miles, the 5-yard touchdown catch.
Great play call that time by Coach Guy. If we look at the replay, Ziamba could take his pick of anyone. He has 2 receivers running free. He sells the toss fake and comes back. Miles is wide open. He could have threw it to Harrington as well. Great job that time of executing that play.
Camacho now for the extra point. And it is good. 39 seconds remain here, first quarter. Rattlers extend their lead to 28-7. This Arizona offense has been on fire. Take a look at the season numbers coming in.
Ranked first in scoring, ranked first in touchdowns, tied for first, in touchdowns, ranks first in yards, ranks first in rushing TDs. I mean, that's every category.
And those were actually a look at Daryl Monroe's numbers from last season. We'll try to get those season numbers for Arizona updated here shortly. But again, Rattlers, they lead in scoring, touchdowns, yards, rushing yards, you name it. They pretty much lead in it. They've just been so dominant.
I mean, 63.3. That's a lot. I mean, you're putting up 60 points every single game, you know. 36 touchdowns.
Well, on top of that, you look at the defense for Arizona. They're giving up just 31.5 points per game.
Yeah. It is a formula for success.
So they're more than doubling up their opponents. And we got a little bit of a false start here for the Rattlers on the kickoff. Now Camacho takes the steps, checks with his guys. Onside kick. Ball is loose. Ball is still loose. Who recovers? Both teams had a crack at it. Not sure who came away with it.
Strike Force was able to recover.
Strike Force has it.
How did the Rattlers miss that ball, though? Big, I mean, a perfect kick, takes the high hop, and they execute to perfection. Great kick by Camacho. Watch the high hop. Devontae Merriweather is able to take him out, and the ball is right there. There's 4 Rattlers around it. How did we miss it? Wow. Lucky break for the Strike Force that time.
And you know that football takes funny bounces sometimes.
Boy, did they catch a break then, Chris.
Strike Force, first and goal from the 10. Bernard, handoff, not much room as Moriera gets stuffed.
Chris McAllister, normally the sack master, but he's very, very good at stopping the run as well. Was able to bring him down for no gain.
McAllister, last Sunday's win at 3 tackles, half a sack, 1.5 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. And we are through 1 quarter here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. And it has been all Arizona. The Rattlers with the lead over the Strike Force, 28-7. Quarter number 2, when we come back, you're watching Rattlers football on the Phoenix CW. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Spooner Physical, transforming our community's physical therapy and hand therapy needs for 29 years. Experience health in motion for yourself. Tea of a Kind, stop, rethink your drink, hydrate with Tea of a Kind. The Park, eat local, party local, the official post-game spot of your Arizona Rattlers. Casino Arizona, the hottest gaming action is at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Welcome back inside, everybody, as we get ready to start quarter number 2. Rattlers leading the strike force 28-7. And it's going to be 2nd and goal for San Diego. Bernard fires, has his receiver, touchdown strike force. Making the diving catch is Julian Stafford, his 9th touchdown catch of the season.
And what a catch it was, Chris. Wow. Wow, great ball that time from Bernard, though. Nowhere to go. He has to throw a #1 fastball in there for Julian Stafford, and he makes a phenomenal catch and holds on to that football. Watch as he sets his foot and throws a strike, diving catch with the defender all over him. Great concentration, great play.
Lakayo on for the extra point. And it is good. So it is Bernard to Stafford for the 10-yard score. Stafford's 10th TD catch of the season. That ranks 2nd in the IFL.
Yeah, he's also tied, Chris, for 2nd in the IFL in yards per game, just past 70. You know, he's leading the IFL in receiving, actually, right now, receiving yards. So just a well-rounded football player, and a great job that time of catching the football under pressure that time. Look at him throw that. I mean, that is a great catch.
And Stafford played his college ball at Mississippi Valley State. And you know who came from there.
Of course, that's the infamous, the guy that I followed, who I idoled growing up, was Jerry Rice. And, you know, being able to come and say you're associated with that particular university. Yes, Jerry Rice is the greatest football player to ever play the game, in my opinion. You know, some people will argue that, but I loved watching Jerry Rice play growing up.
Certainly the greatest wide receiver
Absolutely.
of all time.
Absolutely. Who didn't have blazing speed either.
He did not. He had, as you call it,
yes, football speed.
Just got to be fast enough.
That's it.
To outrun everybody else
That's
to get
it.
to the end zone.
You know, the guys who have football speed, they may not run a 4.4, but they're always going to be behind guys, you know, and that's a football IQ as well, that you're learning to play the game in that way, and you understand it, what the defender is trying to do to you. Is this another onside kick? Oh.
There's a line drive hauled in by Miles. Bounces it to the left side. Jamal Miles. Big return down to the San Diego 13-yard line.
Jamal Miles, you're talking about just racking up a ton of all-purpose yards this evening, you know. Touchdowns, kickoff returns, receptions, just doing a great job all around.
And the Rattlers without Desmond Epps here tonight. And talking with Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy, said it's going to be by committee here. Jared Harrington, Jamal Miles, might see Sheldon Augustine back there as well. And Miles and Harrington both with nice returns here already tonight. Monroe, right side, bounces it all the way to the 2-yard line. Actually going to mark him at the 1. There's that size and power of Monroe.
Chris, let me tell you, you know, we've seen Jabril Ali a few games this season, but this kid right here is the real deal. You know, he takes the football and he gets downhill with it, and you're not going to arm tackle him. You better bring a lunch when you come up to hit him. What a great job that time of getting, like I said, downhill and forcing your will on those defenders.
Ziamba goes under center. Miles takes the handoff. Touchdown, Rattlers. Jamal Miles.
What a great job of blocking up front by the line that time. Jamal Miles walks in the end zone. I don't even think he got touched that time, Chris. Just a testament to those guys up front. But I think it also, as we look at the replay here, as he takes the jet sweep, he's not even touched. And as you can see, they're blocking guys into the end zone still. So great job by the Rattlers offense.
Camacho's extra point. And it is good. 12:34 remaining here, second quarter. Jamal Miles, his third touchdown of the night. Rattlers up big. We'll be right back. And tonight we're celebrating Striker's birthday with his friends from around the valley. Don't forget, tonight's game is presented by Spooner Physical Therapy. Experience health in motion for yourself. There's a look at some of Striker's good buddies hitting the field here.
It's always good to see, you know, the Cardinals mascot, and then the gorilla, who is the most infamous probably mascot ever. It's always good to see him.
There's a good look at Striker there. He's got to be enjoying the game here tonight. On his birthday, coming up to make the tackle on the kickoff coverage. Devin Cockrell, beautiful play.
Yeah, Deshaun Haythorne had nowhere to go, but like, we can't say it enough though, Chris, like the special teams for the Rattlers, which some people don't really pay a lot of attention to, but they put a lot of emphasis on the special teams, and it shows. Look at the Rattlers starting field position versus the opposing team starting field position, and that makes a difference going into the game.
And Jeff Jarnigan's bunch has done a terrific job really all season long.
Very good job all season of pinning guys inside the 10.
And the strike force will start from their own 9. Bernard shotgun, hands it off, big hole, left side, it's a foot race down the sidelines. Ooh. Touchdown, strike force. Ooh. George Moriera, the 41-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
A quick strike offense for the strike force.
He can run. Man, he can run. Look at this. Quick look off tackle and no one's over there, and it's just a foot race, as you say, Chris, and he's able to outrun Devin Cockrell that time to the corner of the end zone.
So Moriera, 5'10", 205, showing he's got some wheels. And that is his second touchdown of the night. 7th on the season. Lakayo, the extra point. And he remains perfect on the season. 31 of 31 is Lakayo on PATs.
Look, he's got a lead blocker out in front of him as well. Zen Jones kicked him out, and man, he was able to take that ball and turn on the Jets, and literally no one was going to catch him there.
And that was Dexter Reese giving chase to no avail for the Rattlers.
Wow. What's the the over-under on Ernesto Lakayo missing the kick tonight? You and I.
I think he's going to stay perfect.
Okay.
I don't want to be the one who jinxes him.
Well, I don't want to jinx him, but I got to go opposite of you, you know, so, you know. Or I could go with you.
You
but
could.
Yeah.
But what's the fun in that, right?
Yeah, there's no fun in that. Somebody's got to be the villain, right? And I'm not known for the villain, but I'm going to, since you chose first, I'm going to go opposite. Say he's going to probably, that record is intact tonight. And it may not be a miss. It may be a block.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Well, Nick Diavanzo has got 2 blocks on the season. He's not in action here tonight.
Yep.
So this Rattlers team is known for getting in there on the blocks. 11:19 remaining here in the first half. And this is now a 14-point game.
Oh, yeah.
As this San Diego offense is showing a little bit of life here.
They are. They're showing a little bit of, and, you know, they are very high-powered, but what's crazy is they're running the football tonight, Chris.
Lakayo to kick it away. Lines it into the back of the end zone. Harrington holds it in, right side. Harrington spins, gets it out to about the 16-yard line. Nice return there by Harrington. We've talked about this Rattlers offense. Already 35 points, 7 of those via the defense. But you look at those numbers for Arizona, just impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. 63.3 points per game, of course, ranks 1. Touchdowns, they got 36, which now that's up to, you know, probably 40. 286 yards. Rushing, though, how impressive is that? 126.3 yards a game rushing.
Ziamba, plenty of time, fires, passes complete. Jamal Miles, his 3rd touchdown catch of the night, and 4th touchdown overall.
Miles is having himself a night, Chris, or should I say a half. Ziamba sets and throws a strike to him right in the end zone where Omar Cook couldn't do anything about it. As he crashes into the boards, he's able to hold on to it. Just a great throw, great catch, great execution by the Rattlers offense. 1 play in the end zone.
Steve Garola with the snap. Jared Harrington with the hold. Jimmy Camacho knocks it through. Rattlers 42, San Diego 27, 10-13 remaining first half. We'll be right back right here on the Phoenix CW. Welcome back to Talking Stick Resort Arena. 10-13 remaining here, first half. Rattlers with the lead over the Strike Force, 42-21. 4 touchdowns already for Jamal Miles, but how about Jeff Ziamba? We haven't talked too much about him, but he is now going to be the quarterback the rest of the way this season, with Verlon Reed suffering that season-ending injury last Sunday against Sioux Falls. But Ziamba, he was the starting quarterback most of last season, so it's a position he's very familiar with.
He is, and he's poised to take over and execute and be the leader of this football team. And it's going to take an effort like that, though. Like, Ziamba's going to have to play his best games all season. But the great thing about it, Chris, is he's has such a luxury with all these weapons around him and choices to throw the football and run the football. So in that regard, he should be fine, but we still have to play the game.
Yeah, Ziamba, he was the IFL Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. And the way he's looked so far, he's picked up right where he left off from last season. He's looked sharp here tonight.
He's looked very sharp.
As we saw that kick go through the back of the end zone, Strike Force will start from their own 20. And San Diego's offense, they've kind of revved it up a little bit.
The rushing attack, we watched them and we've seen that they throw the football very well, but tonight, man, the run has been devastating tonight.
Bernard, quick fire out to the right side. Goes through the hands of the intended receiver, but not that receiver. Right there, Rattlers fan hauls it in.
Got him a souvenir. That play didn't look good from the start, though. Like, it was just, timing was off. Everything was off about that play. They were trying to do something, a little deceptive and catch the Rattlers off guard, but I can't say that that was executed in the right way.
And you could see that Bernard, after the play, was trying to straighten out some communication with the receiver on that play. 2nd and 10. Bernard fires wide open. Rogers, but nowhere to go. Coming up to make the tackle, Devontae Merriweather and Dexter Reese.
Great job at that time of getting him on the ground. He was able to break that first initial tackle of Dexter Reese, and Devontae Merriweather was able to come and clean him up. Sets up another 3rd and long for the Strike Force offense.
And Dexter Reese, that's one of the players that Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy wanted to get a look at here tonight. 3rd and 10. Bernard scrambles to his right, has room to run, tucks it. 1st down and more for Bernard. Finally slides just outside the 10-yard line. And that was one of the concerns that Kevin Guy had about Bernard. Make plays with his arm, but his feet as well. Yeah,
he had nowhere to go. Ricky Wyatt Jr. has a free run at him, but he's not able to bring him down, and he's off to the races. Smart job of getting down, though, and not absorbing any hits or anything like that, especially with that toe and everything he's got going on.
Yeah, it didn't look like his turf toe was hurting him too much there on that 3rd down run. 1st and 10 from the 11. And there's absolutely nowhere to go. Making the big hit is the MAC linebacker, Ricky Wyatt Jr.
I'm sure during that last break in the action, Kevin Guy went to the defensive line and reiterated, like, look, we're not going to let these guys run the football on us. And Ricky Wyatt Jr. was able to come in and break everything up and then secure the tackle as well. Look at him shoot the gap. Double teaming with Big McDowell right there ready to clean him up as well.
Wyatt Jr. came into tonight's game 2nd on the team in tackles with 27. And that is 5.5 tackles for loss for Wyatt Jr. on the year. That ranks 4th in the IFL. Bernard looks, fires incomplete. Intended receiver was Marcus Rogers, and Rogers wasn't happy with the official on that one. Felt like he might have gotten held.
Yeah, that play, there's another play though, Chris, where I just feel like from the beginning it just didn't look well. The motion was out of sync. Guys were a little bit, it just didn't look right from the beginning. And anytime that happens, you can't expect to execute against this Rattlers defense.
Marcus Rogers, the receiver for San Diego, went to college at Western New Mexico, same place as former Rattlers great and current wide receivers coach Rod Windsor.
Rod the God.
3rd and 11. Bernard. Moriera, left side. Hurdles the defender for the touchdown. 3rd and 11 for the strike force. Little dump off to Moriera. And Moriera's having himself a half.
I tell you, I gave props to Coach Guy a drive or two ago for a play call, but what a great play call by head coach Bert Grossman that time. And then the way Derek Bernard stands in the pocket and waits and just dumps that ball right over the top. And Moriera, we already seen what he can do when he touches the football, and he makes another big play in this first half. This has been the Jamal Miles, George Moriera show this first half.
Extra point is up and good by Lakayo, and with 5:44 remaining here in the first half, Bernard finds Moriera for the score. 42-28, Rattlers with the lead. Striker's birthday, he's celebrating. Rattlers with the 42-28 lead.
They're having a blast.
If you haven't been to the Rattlers game, you got to get down here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. Just always a good time in the Snake Pit. Some great memories here, Chris. A lot of great memories here.
How many years did you play here? Randy Gatewood, Rattlers Ring of Honor member.
I did 12. I did 12 years here with the Rattlers. The only arena football team I played for. I spent my whole time here and absolutely had one heck of a ride with all the players and coaches and front office and staff and everything that came with it. Just an unbelievable ride.
And we're glad to have you in the booth now.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here.
5:44 remaining here, first half. Lakayo set to kick it away. Harrington is the deep man for Arizona. Jamal Miles standing at the 10-yard line. And that ball will go through the back of the end zone, no return.
And keep it away from Harrington. He's mad about it too.
he wants a shot at it.
Oh yeah.
He's been watching Desmond Epps all season long. He wants a crack at it.
Oh, I love it.
And there's a look right there, Mr. Gatewood. Ring of Honor member here for the Rattlers.
There he is. Good old number 17, you know. Like I said, Chris, a lot of memories, man. A lot of fun. Was able to win a championship and all the personal glory I could ask for. Like, it was a great ride. It was. Glad to be associated with this organization.
Monroe cuts it back left side. Penalty flag is down as Monroe gets knocked into the boards at the 6-yard line. But let's see what the penalty flag is for.
During the run, holding offense number 99. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's first down.
Now, Randy, when we talked off the top of the broadcast, Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy, he talked about there's going to be a lot of new personnel, a lot of new faces on the field tonight. One of them is the offensive lineman, Brandon Haskin, just called for the penalty. He's one of 2 new offensive linemen here tonight.
Yeah, and as you can see, the way that they've executed up front, though, he's been really good. He had another great week of practice as well. He stepped right in and executed it. Have you seen Ziamba's not been under much pressure tonight or anything like that? That's his lone mistake. But two new O-linemen and 2 new wide receivers as well.
And Jeff Ziamba in quarterback for Verlon Reed. Gets it out to Monroe. Not much there for Monroe. Back to Brandon Haskin. He played for Iowa last season. He was second team All-IFL for the Barnstormer. He was actually in the Rattlers camp 2 years ago. Things didn't work out, but now they finally got him over here in Arizona as we take a look at the season numbers for Jeff Ziamba, who's had a terrific first half here.
74.3% completion rate. That's absolutely amazing.
Jet sweep is faked. Ziamba keeps it. First down for the Rattlers. And we got penalty flags flying from every direction after the play. Ziamba was brought down at the strike force 19-yard line. And almost immediately after he went down, 3 penalty flags went sailing in the air. Good look at Jeff Ziamba and Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. They were a terrific tandem last season for the Rattlers.
Oh, yeah. Just as cool, calm, and collected as ever over there, too. Even Ziamba, look at him. Look at his eyes. He's like, I got this. You know, not a worry in the world. It's a great quality, Chris.
Yes.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 24. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 14. This is both players' first unsportsmanlike fouls of the game. The penalty's offset. It's second down.
Got a little temper flaring.
So you got number 24 for San Diego, Deshaun Hawthorne, and then for the Rattlers, it was Daryl Monroe.
That's big on little, too, you know. I mean, you got to pick and choose your battles. I was going to speculate and say that they were going to be offsetting, Chris, but I just decided to just let it play out like that, you know.
But you would have speculated correctly, is what you're telling me.
Absolutely.
Ziamba drops back, plenty of time, fires. Pass is complete. Catch is made. Getting dumped into the first row is Jamal Miles, and he has had a terrific first half.
You know, the fans can keep the ball, but they got to get the player back. Great job of concentrating that time. Had a little play action that time. Get him set his feet and release it. Miles was able to reach up over the wall and catch it as Deshaun Hawthorne throws him over the wall.
And there was nobody there to break Jamal's fall.
Oh, no.
You got to help him out. Come on, fans. Monroe, right side. Gets tripped up inside the 10. And it's going to be a first down for the Rattlers and spot the ball at the 6. It'll be first and goal from there.
Going back to the ground and pound with Daryl Monroe. I tell you, he's looked good tonight, Chris, for his debut tonight. And, you know, there's going to be some decisions that, you know, of course, KG has to make, you know, here in the upcoming weeks with Daryl Monroe and Jabri Lawley having 2 excellent running backs.
It's a good problem to have.
Very good problem to have.
Monroe now left side. Carries half of the San Diego defense in for the touchdown. Daryl Monroe from 6 yards out, his second touchdown of the night.
And what a strong run it was, though. You know, he got touched, I believe, at the 5 or the 6 yard line and just carried the rest of them in. He goes off tackle right here. He's touched right there at the 4. There's 3 strike force defenders hanging on him, and he's able to drag them all into the end zone. Wow.
I love the center, Steve Garola, and the guard, Lamar Mady, kind of going with Monroe to make sure he makes it there.
Those are the guys who make it happen for you.
Extra point is up and good by Camacho. Monroe, the 6-yard touchdown run. Rattlers push their lead 49-28. This is what 6'2", 220 pounds looks like coming at you.
He's got Garola. He's got Lamar Mady, like you said, force him in the end zone as well. He's going to have to take those guys out for a steak dinner or something, for all the hard work that they're doing. Because, I mean, he's absolutely looked great running the football, but none of that can happen without those big boys up front leading the way for him.
Now Monroe, he had a great week of practice, ran the ball very well, and he knew this was going to be a big game for him. His first game of the season. You saw how well Jabri Lawley has been playing. We've seen Monroe, when he's at his best, he's pretty much unstoppable. Last year in a game against Cedar Rapids, 29 carries, 140 yards, and an IFL record 11 touchdowns in one game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He is. He's just an excellent athlete. He's one of those guys, though, too, Chris, that I believe if he had to, he could turn around and play defense. You look at the way his motor and the way how physical he is running the football, he could absolutely play defense.
Return for San Diego. Big return there. Deshaun Thorne.
We haven't seen that too many times this year where they've literally ran the ball back into the Rattlers territory. He makes a great cut right there. Makes Dexter Reese miss. Devontae Merriweather is able to try to punch that thing out, run him down from behind. You got Camacho in there on the tackle too. Kicker trying to get in on a little action there. I like it.
Take a look at those numbers for the Rattlers defense this season. We saw the offensive numbers earlier on, but the defense, tell you what, they've been getting it done as well this season. Moriera gets tripped up. McAllister in on the tackle.
Chris McAllister was able to bring him down from behind, or George Moriera, he's off to the races again.
Great penetration as well by Connor Flagel on that play. Helped disrupt Moriera. 2nd and 9. Bernard fires, and it is incomplete. Bubba Chapman in on the play for the Rattlers, and we have hit the 1-minute warning here in the first half. Step aside for a quick break. Rattlers leading the strike force 49-28. You're watching Rattlers football on Phoenix CW. Welcome back, Talking Stick Resort Arena. 1 minute remaining here, first half. Rattlers lead the strike force by a score of 49-28. Well, coming up at the half, we'll catch up with Rattlers running back Jabri Lawley, who's got off to a great start this year for Arizona. We'll also have first half stats and highlights, and we'll hear from Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. All of that coming up at the half. A big 3rd down play here for San Diego. 3rd and 9 from their own 23. Bernard fires incomplete to Rogers. Merriweather came up, and it looked like Rogers might have heard footsteps from Merriweather.
Oh, absolutely. Ricky Wyatt Jr. has got a free run coming at him, and he's got to throw this ball. He's got to get rid of it, or he's going to take a big hit.
And it looked like Rogers stopped his route. That's what Bernard was a little frustrated with.
Oh, yeah. Alligator arms, they call it, huh?
Got to reach out and catch it. 4th and 9. Wyatt Jr., big rush for the Rattlers. Bernard gets it away, and it is intercepted. Devontae Merriweather with the pick. Merriweather having himself another great game. Last week, 10 tackles, fumble recovery for a TD. Reigning IFL Defensive Player of the Week, and here he comes up with the interception.
Ricky Wyatt Jr. again has got a free run at him. Derek Bernard is not able to get anything on this ball. Devontae Merriweather, Johnny on the spot again this week, picks up his second turnover. But, you know, I'm expecting him to run this thing back for a touchdown or something. You know, he did it last week. I'm looking for him to do it again.
He fell to the ground that time, though.
He did. Great job of concentrating on the ball and actually catching the football and intercepting it, though.
Ziamba fires, complete to Harrington, gets knocked into the dasher boards. But here's the other part of that interception, Randy. If that just falls incomplete, they pick up a few yards.
Pick up a few yards on it, but we all want our name in the paper.
It's all about the stats.
Yeah, it's what I call the Russell Westbrook way. You know, we do it in football too. You know, we look to pad our stats from time to time, Chris.
Working your way towards a triple-double.
Exactly.
2nd down and 5. 45 seconds remaining. Ziamba complete. Monroe sheds a tackle inside the 15 to the 14. 1st and 10 Rattlers. 38 seconds on the clock.
Showing some versatility too. Daryl Monroe getting out into the route. As they run a combination route where he just sits right down in the middle of the field. Ziamba finds him quickly. Turns, makes one guy miss. Almost slipped another tackle there.
And like Jabri Lawley, who we've seen make great plays already this season.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl Monroe can also catch the ball coming out of the backfield like Lawley. Ziamba fires left side. Catch is made.
It's another catch by Monroe as he reaches up and snags that time as well. You know, you mentioned it. You mentioned it, Chris, though, the versatility at running back that Kevin Guy has right now. What a luxury. We've watched a few other teams this year, and we've seen some other guys. And, yeah, there's some good running backs out there, but the versatility of what the guys have here, that's what's most impressive.
And that is a testament to head coach general manager Kevin Guy and assistant general manager Jeff Jarnigan. They do a phenomenal job of finding talent, finding players, and guys that fit this Rattlers system.
Exactly. We spoke about it in the open, how, you know, there's several guys not playing tonight, and we were interested in seeing how all the new players would perform tonight. And just by looking up at the scoreboard here, I would say they've done really well tonight.
Well, they got 49 points and looking for more, and they're averaging 63 on the season.
Wow.
Ziamba under center. Right side, complete to Harrington. Out of bounds, clock will stop with 12 seconds remaining. And we got a penalty flag on the play, far side of the field. Our officials tonight, referee Reed Brotherton, umpire Jake Shoemate, head linesman Mark Warner, line judge David Ross, and the back judge Kevin Kaiser. Our officials for tonight. Reed Brotherton's going to have a little talk there with Arizona's Kevin Guy.
Yeah, they're in good position here. I mean, there is only 12 seconds, but they still have 2 timeouts left, so 12 seconds is eternity in this league with 2 timeouts.
Offense by defender not mirroring. Number 24, 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
So 12 seconds remain here in the first half. Rattlers with the 21-point lead, looking to add to it here as they try to figure out where to spot the ball. And they finally do, just inside the 5-yard line.
You know, with 2 timeouts, it doesn't take away the run here either. You could run the football, no problem here too. So all your options are available.
Ziamba's going to throw it, finds Miles, touchdown Rattlers. And for Jamal Miles, that is his 4th touchdown catch of the night, 5th touchdown overall.
Wow, what a half he's having, Chris. Rushing the ball, receiving the ball. They run a little pick play that time, and he's wide open. Ziamba hits him in stride, and there's no way they're going to stop him. 55 first half points here tonight. 56.
And Camacho knocks it through. What a half for Jamal Miles. A career-high 4 touchdown catches here tonight. In just one half of action, they also added a touchdown and run as well.
Racking up all-purpose yards everywhere, Chris. Just showing the versatility he has as well. ASU, hometown product.
Miles had 7 catches, 1 touchdown reception coming into tonight's game.
Great job tonight. Great job. With Epps out, no Jabri Lally. KG, Kevin Guy, of course, has done a great job of featuring him. And San Diego just has no answer for this Rattlers offense, who can attack you in so many ways. 2 new wide receivers, 2 new O-linemen, not necessarily a new quarterback, 1 new running back, and they've just about hit their average in the first half tonight.
Kick it away is Jimmy Camacho. His senior year at Fresno State in 2017, he set the single season school record for made field goals with 25.
Wow.
Kicks it away. Returned by Rogers for the strike force. He's going to get brought down at about the 12-yard line. 5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Do they hand it off? Or do they go for one, take 1 shot on goal to the end zone and see what happens?
Well, strike force do have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Let's see what they elect to do. And in at quarterback is going to be number 4, Jahav Vercher, in for Bernard. For what looks like to be the final play of the half. And it is intercepted. Dylan Winfrey, the last play of the half, looking for the end zone. Winfrey gets brought down just short of the goal line.
That is awesome, Chris, how as soon as he intercepts that ball, the whole defense turns into, you know, offensive guys, and they're blocking, and everybody's searching for a guy to pick out as they can turn this into a scoring opportunity. He's got a convoy out in front of him. Look at Merriweather. Look at Reese. Look at Cockrell. Everybody's out in front of him. Almost got in the end zone.
So Dylan Winfrey's first interception of the season closes out the first half here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. And it's the Rattlers up big, 56-28. When we come back, we'll be joined by Rattlers running back Jabri Lally. You're watching Rattlers football on the Phoenix CW. It's halftime here at Talking Stick Resort Arena, where the Arizona Rattlers lead the San Diego Strike Force by a score of 56-28. And hello everybody, Chris Harris here, along with Rattlers running back Jabri Lawley. Jabri, your thoughts on what you saw there in the first half?
I saw exactly what I expected to see. Monroe's a good, strong runner, and he's had a lot of experience with this offensive line, so I didn't expect to see anything different than what I saw. A lot of hard running, a lot of technique stuff I saw there today.
Now you had a chance to run behind this offensive line the first 4 games. What makes that group so good?
Well, their experience that they have up front really makes it a lot easier to make a lot of reads that we have. Also, those guys, they're in sync when they block, and they do everything together, whether it's eating, lifting, and everything like that. So those guys have a good friendship up front, and we're able to trust in their blocking, and through that, we're able to get real good runs and real good reads off of their techniques.
Now you've had a great start to the season. You're amongst the league leaders in so many categories. How have you been able to be so successful here so far in your first year with the Rattlers?
Yeah, I've been able to be real successful through the coaching I've been receiving. The offensive line, a lot of veteran guys up front, they help me with my reads. And just listening to the coaches, they know what to tell me, and I just follow what they tell me, and I just make good reads off of that. The veterans up front really make it a lot easier for me.
You've done such a great job not only running the ball, but catching the ball as well out of the backfield. What are some of the things you're still trying to work on here?
Some of the things I'm still trying to work at is just getting better in my empty sets, just running more cleaner routes, and just running lower on the point of contact, and just holding on to that ball. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not good at holding on to that football. Just a lot of mental things I just need to sharpen, and other than that, I think I'll be fine.
Now, did I get the story straight? You were a wide receiver up until you got to college, is that right?
Yeah, I was a wide receiver in high school, wide receiver in college, and then the coaches made the decision to move me to running back, and that ended up being where I fit in at. In high school, I was more of a smaller, faster guy, so they used me at wide receiver, but running back stayed with me, so I just stuck with it.
Now, unusual story with you and the quarterback, Jeff Ziamba.
Yeah.
You guys were high school teammates all the way through, college as well, now teammates here for the Rattlers. What's that ride been like with him?
Well, just being with Jeff all through high school and college, we just got a real good friendship, more like my brother, more than anything. And just seeing him on the field, when I look to my right, look to my left, I just really want to protect him, and just watching him play good just gives me confidence to keep playing. So when I'm in the backfield with him, I'm real comfortable, man. So, it's just good having him on the team with me still, and just knowing I can look to him for any advice that I need.
Well, Jabri Lawley, we can't wait to see you on the field once again. Great start to the season. Continued success.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's Rattlers running back Jabri Lawley. And we are here at the half at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Rattlers lead the Strike Force 56-28. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. And the Rattlers are leading the strike force. First half highlights and stats coming up next.
to each other on the backside, and then the route looked like it was the depth of the route was too deep. So in reference to that, the ball was thrown short. It just never looked good from the beginning, Chris.
And that's now going to bring Lakayo out for the 48-yard field goal attempt. Long of the season, 31. And that is blocked. It's a free ball. Miles picks it up. Gets brought down at about the 11-yard line. But how about that Rattlers? It's a third block kick of the season. Nick D'Avanzo had the first two. Timeout on the field, we'll take the break as well. Early third quarter, Rattlers up big. We'll be back right here on Phoenix CW. .12:32 remaining here, third quarter. Arizona with a 56-28 lead over San Diego. Rattlers came into this game, Randy, 4-0, tied at the top of the IFL standings. San Diego 0-5 on the year. Expansion franchise looking for their first win ever.
Yeah, but you're going up against a monster, you know, in this Arizona Rattlers team, and so they've dug themselves a hole right now. The Rattlers looking to pour more on right now.
Ziamba dumps it off to Monroe. Pickup of about 8 on the play.
He was looking for one block as Alfonso Hampton was able to bring him down from behind. We may have seen Daryl Monroe off to the races tonight again for another touchdown.
Well, he had Brandon Haskin and Steve Garola out there with him. 2nd and 2. Ziamba plenty of time, and he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart play there by Ziamba, just getting rid of it. And he had a terrific first half. Ziamba, he was 9 of 10, 92 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow, 90%. That time he just had nowhere to go with the football. For the first time tonight, Strikeforce did a really good job of sitting back and letting the Rattlers routes develop, and they were in a zone that time and had everybody covered.
3rd and 2. Monroe, first down Rattlers. Crosses midfield.
Perfect opportunity, though, on that 2nd and short for Coach Guy to dial up something and take a shot on goal. Ziamba was looking to go deep on that particular play, knowing that 3rd and short, we hand it off to Daryl Monroe, and we can pick up the first down and extend the drive. I used to love those 2nd and short opportunities, Chris, because you know we're probably going to take a shot on goal on those opportunities, especially when you're running the football well.
Ziamba in shotgun. Fires. A little high with that one. Intended receiver was Jared Harrington.
Great job of Timothy Smith that time, actually being right there to try and break that ball up as Jared Harrington went up high to try and get it. Ziamba wasn't as quite accurate as he was in the first half with that ball.
Second down and 10 for Arizona, just inside the San Diego side of the field. Play action pass, Ziamba steps in, fires, goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Dante Armstrong.
Another one of those guys that Coach Guy wanted to evaluate a little bit, getting some playing time tonight. Did the right thing, sat down in the zone, found a hole. Unfortunately, it hit him right in the hands. He wasn't able to hold on to it.
There's another look at Ziamba's numbers from the first half. Very impressive for the second-year quarterback. Ziamba fires, has a receiver, touchdown Arizona. Jared Harrington hauls it in. The 24-yard scoring strike, Ziamba to Harrington. For Harrington, his third touchdown of the season.
Chris, I really like the energy of Jared Harrington. Look at the throw, though, too. Just right over the top, drops it in right before he hits that back wall. Is able to hold on to it as he drives into it. Great job of concentration, but I really like the energy of him. Every play, every catch, every kickoff or something, he's excited. He enjoys himself out there on the plane. He's having fun out there tonight, Chris.
Jared Harrington, third touchdown of the season. Had two last week against Sioux Falls. Rattlers up big. We'll be right back. number 24.
I'm not sure what that's about, but, you know, they run 2 plays with Derek Bernard out at receiver, which as a defensive player, you know he's not going to run a route. So basically you handicap yourself. You're down to basically, you know, 2 receivers instead of 3 receivers.
And now Bernard back at quarterback in shotgun. Fires, ball is knocked incomplete. Great job coming in to break that up is Dexter Reese.
Dexter Reese, another one of those guys who are getting an opportunity tonight, and he's played fairly well tonight. Chris, he's been all over the field on special teams and some plays, but a great job of breaking on the ball that time and was able to jar it loose from Marcus Rogers that time.
Dexter Reese, 5'10", 175 out of Alabama A&M, and you know how Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy, he loves those guys that come from Alabama.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Coach Guy himself played at West Alabama. Bernard fires. Incomplete. And the Rattlers defense forces over the San Diego, forces them over on downs.
Another stop by this Rattlers defense. They're stingy. They are. You know, they were only giving up like 31 points per game, and they were at 28 at half, but they haven't yielded anything thus far in the second half.
And we're going to have a new quarterback here for Arizona. Caleb Holbrook, 6'3", 230 out of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. The Rattlers just signed Holbrook this week. Arizona needed a quarterback with the season-ending injury that occurred last week to Verlon Reed. Holbrook, they waste no time. He fires first play. We got penalty flags scattered all over the place.
Defense, San Diego, number 52, was out of his stance at the snap. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
So a little more about Caleb Holbrook, the new quarterback. He's a veteran. He knows the game, throws the ball real well. A similar game to Jeff Ziamba. And Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy said that Holbrook did a great job of learning the offense this week. He said he wasn't going to be afraid to play him and was hoping to. And he's got the opportunity in the second half to get that done here tonight. And Holbrook, he led Duke City from Albuquerque to the Champions Indoor Football League Championship last year. Beautiful touch there by Holbrook. Falls incomplete. Should have been intercepted by the strike force.
Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow on that. Omar Cook and Deshaun Haythorne are both sitting back there, and not one of them can come up with the interception. They fight for it and knock it out of each other's hands. A ball that Caleb Holbrook probably should not have thrown. But you spoke about some things about him, as a veteran quarterback who definitely has the intangibles. Let's see if he can get it going, though.
Holbrook, nice job, gets it out to Harrington. Harrington fighting for the first down, gets that and more. Harrington inside the 10-yard line. That'll help get Holbrook's confidence going.
Oh, yeah. Jared Harrington does a great job of breaking the tackle of Timothy Smith that time, though. Strong guy, built low to the ground. Watch him shake this tackle. Picks up some more yards after the catch.
First and goal, Rattlers from the 9. Holbrook goes under center this time. Monroe the lone setback. Handoff, Monroe right side. Gets upended just before the goal line. Daryl Monroe gets knocked down. They're going to mark it at the 1.
I thought he was going to get in that time. He had nothing but green over there. Omar Cook's able to cut him down right before the end zone right there. Just about a yard short.
How about giving some credit to Omar Cook, 5'11", 190, throwing his body in there to bring down Monroe. Look at that. Pushing forward for the touchdown, Caleb Holbrook. His first touchdown as an Arizona Rattler, 1-yard quarterback sneak.
It's that offensive line again. Plunged right in that time behind Steve Garola and Lamar Mady, and he gets in easy as they just force Hampton and this strike force defensive line back into the end zone.
Well, not only do you have that offensive line with the big push up front, but you got a quarterback who's 6'3", 230.
Yeah, all he has to do is fall over from a half yard out, and he's in the end zone.
Makes it a lot easier, that's for sure. Extra point by Camacho is up and good. Caleb Holbrook following that big offensive line. Rattlers lead 70-28, third quarter. We'll be right back. .318 remaining here, third quarter. Arizona continues to pour it on. They lead 70-28. And it was Caleb Holbrook getting his first series with the Arizona Rattlers, and he caps off that drive with a 1-yard quarterback sneak for the score.
That's almost as good as throwing your first touchdown, but being able to run it in yourself for your first touchdown is awesome. He's probably excited about that and ready to come back out. Hopefully he'll get a few more drives and he can show what he can do.
So the Rattlers with 70 points. Their season high is 81 against Cedar Rapids, their second game of the season. Rogers still on his feet, finally gets knocked into the dasher boards by Devontae Merriweather.
He runs the ball with authority, Chris, to be such a little guy.
There's Rogers once again. Takes a couple hits,
oh, yeah,
but stays on his feet.
Oh yeah, takes a shot from Augustine there and bounces off and keeps on going.
So the Strike Force offense will take over from their own 18.
Offense number 6, 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
False start is the call. We saw a similar play like that in the first half.
Oh yeah, that's the third one of those. But you know, they do have I'm not making excuses, but they do have a new center, someone who's never played that position before. He came over from the defensive side, so certain things like that, you can expect it to happen.
First down and 15. Bernard fires deep, looking for Carter, hauls it in. What a catch by David Carter.
A one-handed catch at that.
38-yard scoring strike, Bernard to Carter.
When he lets this ball go, I'm thinking there's no way, you know. Cockrell's in pretty good position. It's almost as if he didn't believe the ball was coming. David Carter's able to catch that ball with one hand, Chris. Just a great job of concentrating and bringing that ball in with one hand. And look how excited, you know, the team is just this San Diego team, even though they're still down by a whole lot, they still have great energy and competing out there tonight.
Lakayo on for the extra point. And he continues to be perfect for the season. Ernesto Lakayo. And that makes it a 70-35 game with 1:34 remaining here in the third quarter as we take a look now at the Rattlers' upcoming schedule. Now, we've already had 2 byes. They got one more bye remaining in the regular season. And next up for them, they'll be at Tucson, then at San Diego, then at Sioux Falls, a rematch of the game that's played here this past Sunday. And then we don't get them back here in the Snake Pit until Saturday, May 4th, when the Nebraska Danger come to town.
3 out of your next 4 on the road. I tell you, that's where you learn the most about what type of football team you have, though, Chris, is on the road. If you can go into some of these, hostile environments and win football games and execute, when everybody's against you, that says a lot about your football team. And the Rattlers have normally been pretty good on the road. So, and the teams that they're going to visit, they've dominated them this year. So, should be interesting to see, though, when we get them back here on the 4th, where they are record-wise, if they're still undefeated or if one of those other teams are able to grab them and, as Kevin Guy would say, punch them in the mouth,
Absolutely. Yeah, the Rattlers open up the season at Green Bay. Then the next 4 games have been here at Talking Stick Resort Arena, this being the 4th and final game of the homestand before they hit the road. Rattlers have certainly taken care of business here in the Snake Pit. And it looks like Lakayo is going to go with the onside kick here. As you saw the ball placed sideways on the tee. And he's going to kick it along the ground. And here is the return down the left sideline by Jamal Miles. Check that, Sheldon Augustine on the return for the Rattlers.
I tell you, Kevin Guy spoke highly about him, said he was very reminiscent to Desmond Epps, and he showed a little burst there that time that reminded me of Epps, I want to see him out in the open field.
He can turn on the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Augustine played for Iowa last year. Picked up a United Bowl championship with the Barnstormers. Jet sweep, right side. Dante Armstrong still on his feet. He's finally going to get brought down at about the 6-yard line, and there's some extracurriculars there at the end of the play. But what a terrific job there by Dante Armstrong.
Great job on the jet sweep that time. Was able to get that thing downhill, make a cut, and was one step away from taking that to the house. I don't want to speculate, but this one's going to come back. It's going to be on us.
Caleb Holbrook there with head coach Kevin Guy, waiting for the official call.
I think they're going to get big Abram Holland.
Sure taking their time figuring this one out. I asked Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy about Dante Armstrong, what he liked about him. He's like, well, he went to West Alabama. That's
more than enough.
That's where Kevin Guy went.
After play was over, there were 2 fouls, 1 on each team. Personal foul, offense, number 71. Personal foul, defense, number 42. Those fouls offset. The result of the play is a first down.
Yeah, it's Abram Holland. We don't have a
There's
71.
No 71, yes.
Yeah. Big Abram, and then 42 retaliates. Normally only get the second guy, but it was kind of blatant, kind of obvious. So the play will stand, though. Great run by Dante Armstrong.
You got to like that from
Oh, yeah.
Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. First thing he said he liked about him is he went to West Alabama. That's my alma mater, he said. Of course I like him.
That's such a KG statement, too.
First and goal, Rattlers from the 7. Holbrook fires. Ball found its way through a couple defenders, but not able to come up with it was Jared Harrington. That would have been a tough catch.
Especially with 2 defenders crossing, diving, trying to break that ball up, conversion on him, yeah. Great job of Holbrook shooting it in there, though. Almost got it through and completed it for a touchdown. As you can see here, play action, throws the number 1 fastball, almost got it through there.
Pitch right side, Monroe gets brought down at the 5. Be 3rd and goal from there.
Monroe's been kind of quiet this second half thus far, you know.
And we are through 3 quarters here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Arizona, they lead San Diego 70-35 the 4th quarter when we come back on the Phoenix CW. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Spooner Physical, transforming our community's physical therapy and hand therapy needs for 29 years. Experience health in motion for yourself. Tea of a Kind. Stop, rethink your drink. Hydrate with Tea of a Kind. The Park. Eat local, party local, the official post-game spot of your Arizona Rattlers. And Casino Arizona. The hottest gaming action is at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. And we welcome you back inside Talking Stick Resort Arena as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Rattlers up big, 70-35. 3rd and goal from the 5. Caleb Holbrook goes under center, looks left, back to his right. Harrington comes up with it, but not before it hits the back wall first, so it's going to be incomplete.
I thought he was going to dump that ball that time quickly to Dante Armstrong, but it had to go quick. Strike Force had a combo coverage on where they passed the receivers off, and he was able to, Shaquille Mosley was able to pick him up, and he wasn't able to get it to him after that.
So 4th and goal.
A little bit of confusion coming out of the huddle, too.
Play clock winding down. There's 3 seconds left, and
Arizona.
Rattlers head coach
First
Kevin
timeout
Guy
now.
decides to call a timeout, try to regroup. 30-second timeout. Well, coming up next on the Phoenix CW, it's going to be the Phoenix Rising taking on Fresno at 7:30 in about 10 minutes. But you can watch the conclusion of this game online at youtube.com/Indoor Football League. So that's all coming up at 7:30 in about 10 minutes. You have the Phoenix Rising right here on the Phoenix CW. You can catch the rest of our game here on youtube.com/Indoor Football League. So here come the Rattlers out of the timeout. 4th and goal from the 5. Holbrook under center. Again looking left, comes back to his right. Touchdown Rattlers. Sheldon Augustine hauls it in. His first touchdown catch of the season for the Rattlers. It looked like the same play they had just run prior.
Looked very similar. He keeps working as he works around towards the back of the end zone. Caleb Holbrook's able to find him. Augustine makes a great catch for, like you said, his first touchdown here with the Rattlers. They can hit you in so many different ways, Chris. One of the first 4th downs we've seen him in a while in the red zone as well, and they were able to execute.
Camacho connects. And with 13:27 remaining here in the ball game, Rattlers up big. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Rattlers up 77-35, early 4th quarter. Randy wanted to revisit our keys to the game.
Yeah, and I think the Rattlers have done a great job on all 3 of those tonight. They've certainly contained Derek Bernard, limiting this offense to 35 points. They haven't had any turnovers tonight offensively, and they've played very disciplined. They've only had a few penalties tonight. So when you look at the keys, they've done a great job of doing that, and that's a big reason why they're up so much here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, what a huge hit right there on the return on Rogers. Trying to make out who made the hit, but it was a pop.
And as you can see, Rogers pops right up. I mean, he is a physical guy.
Trying to make out who that is on the field.
It looks like Cockrell.
And it is going to be Devin Cockrell, and he's a little slow to get up.
He's a big hitter himself. He comes in, flying in.
He's getting some assistance off the field from the head athletic trainer, Stuart Nichols. Boy, what a huge hit that was. As we take a look at our next home game here on the Phoenix CW, and that will take place on Saturday, May 4th, right here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Kickoff set for 5:05. And that game is sponsored and brought to us by First Credit Union. Ricky Wyatt Jr. with the pressure on Bernard. And Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy's looking for the safety. Not gonna get it, but what a terrific job there by Wyatt Jr. putting the pressure on Bernard.
He has a free release and he's running full speed at him, and there's just nowhere to go with this football. Oh, he almost had him. Derek Bernard is able to have enough strength to throw that ball into the stands. Wow, what a play, but what a great job of Ricky Wyatt Jr. putting the pass rush on Bernard and forcing him to throw that ball away.
Wyatt Jr., 2.5 sacks, tied for third in the IFL coming in. 5.5 tackles for loss. That ranks fourth in the league. Quick throw by Bernard to Rogers, left sideline, cuts it back in. Merriweather hanging on. Finally brings him to the ground.
There's that Rogers guy again. I tell you, he is one tough little wide receiver, though. I mentioned it, 5'10", 180 out of Western New Mexico. He is not afraid of contact. He is not afraid to catch the ball, and he's looking for contact. He almost broke that one all the way, almost took it all the way to the house that time.
And don't forget, coming up next on Phoenix CW, the Phoenix Rising take on Fresno at 7:30. Just in a couple of minutes, we can watch the conclusion of this game online at youtube.com/Indoor Football League.
And who do we call again? Ricky Wyatt Jr. as he forces George Murriera out of bounds. They've really bottled up Murriera this half, though. You know, he did a really good job in the first half of running the football, but he has nowhere to go this second half.
That Rattlers defense is putting the clamps on Murriera, the strike force running back. Just over 11 minutes remaining here, fourth quarter. Second down and 12 from the Rattler 15. Bernard, corner of the end zone, throws it through the back of the end zone, incomplete. Intended receiver was Dean.
Right back there where Bubba Chapman's always lurking at as well. He throws that ball any closer to Dean. No, Chapman picks it off.
Bubba Chapman with 2 interceptions on the year. That's tied for the team lead with Philip Henry, and they both ranked tied for second in the IFL. Third and 12. Bernard fires. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Dean. That'll bring up fourth down.
I'm not sure how he does it, but he almost fits this ball in a very small window, Chris. Just a great throw that time. Victor Dean Jr. is not able to hold on to it, but wow, does he almost squeeze that ball in there to him.
San Diego.
Fourth quarter, Arizona and San Diego. Strike force, fourth down. They trail 77-35. Let's see what San Diego is able to come up with.
They've been in quite a few fourth downs tonight, too, and they haven't done a great job of converting these tonight.
And in at quarterback is going to be Vercher. And we're going to have a timeout here by Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. Took a look at the new personnel, had Vercher in at quarterback. They had Bernard split wide right. Kevin Guy decided to call a timeout.
And actually had Bernard in back motion that time. Like, what? Kind of wondering what they're thinking with that, with the injury he's got, you know.
Just trying to give this Rattlers defense a different look and something else to think about, I guess.
I guess so. Turf toe's no joke, you know. You put him in back motion, you can't stop on that turf toe.
Have you had that before?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's caused by sometimes your shoes are too big, and when you plant or cut, your foot slides and it jams it into your shoe. The nails all, you know, black and everything. It's not a pretty injury.
Doesn't sound like much fun. Vercher throws, and it is complete, but short of the first down. Great job defensively, making the play. Devontae Merriweather. And going into the crowd is David Carter. And they're gonna have to give Carter back. Take another look.
See, that's one of those ones where if I'm the receiver that time, I'm gonna run that thing at least 3 more yards deeper. It may not call for that. The route may call for 10 yards, but if we need 12, I've gotta get the distance. I gotta get the depth to at least give myself a chance of getting the first down.
Well, doesn't the route have to call for at least a first down?
Well, you would hope so. If I'm running the route, yes.
Rattlers come up with another defensive stop, and offense takes the field. Holbrook takes a shot right sideline to Augustine. A little too much air underneath it. And coming up with the interception is Omar Cook for San Diego. His first interception of the season.
That was a gift that time from Caleb Holbrook. He floats this ball up. We can't see it on the replay exactly, but Jarrett Harrington is where that ball should have went. Should have been thrown to the deep, deep corner of the end zone with Jarrett Harrington on the post route. If he had that one back, I'm sure he would have let that thing fly that time to Harrington.
And it is Caleb Holbrook's first game with the Rattlers. He was just signed this week.
Yep.
So obviously this is all very much a learning experience for him.
Very much so, but they're playing with a really, really big lead right now. So as of right now, no harm, no foul.
Vercher at quarterback and throws it out to Bernard. And we've seen this look a number of times here tonight, and they finally throw it out to Bernard. So that's quarterback to quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused because I would not risk my starting quarterback getting hurt or running plays like that. If you're going to pull him out, if you're going to take him out at quarterback, you got plenty of receivers on the sideline. Just put him on the sideline, you know. But, I mean, what do I know? You know?
That's why you're up here, Randy.
That's right, exactly right.
On the field coaching. Vercher takes a shot down the field. And what a catch for the touchdown. Marcus Rogers. What a terrific job of going up and getting it.
Yeah, he just goes up and takes it away from Dexter Reese, who wants it more. Vercher throws this ball up, just a jump ball for his receiver and the defender, and he just goes right up and takes it from him, right over the top of him. That's competing for the ball right there. You know, Kevin Guy speaks a lot about competing, and he literally jumps right over him and takes that ball from him.
Timeout. San Diego, their second time out of the half. 30-second timeout.
So the strike force, they call a timeout. Getting set for the point after. Terrific play by Rogers to come down with the catch for the touchdown for the strike force. His 6th touchdown of the season. Lakayo now for the extra point. .33 of 33 on the season for PATs. And he bangs it through. Perfect 34 on the season for Lakayo. Strike force get the score, but Rattlers still with the 77-42 lead. 7:27 remain. We'll be right back. Well, all in all, that man's got to be happy with what he's seen here tonight. Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. His team leads 77-42 midway through the fourth quarter.
Very happy, especially with all the changes and all the personnel changes and everything that he's had to kind of shuffle tonight.
And as he told us, I mean, it's a great opportunity for some other guys to show what they can do.
And I think those guys have done well tonight. The guys who he brought in, guys who he wanted to evaluate, I think they've done well. They played well. They've stepped in situations where, you know, a lot of them didn't have a lot of experience with this Rattler team, not knowing what to expect. But I think they've done a great job tonight.
Lakayo to kick it away. And he's going to kick this one through the back of the end zone. And we've seen that more and more as this season has worn on. Opposing teams really not giving the Rattlers many opportunities to return kicks.
Yeah, and Harrington's been really good tonight at doing it. And, of course, Desmond Epps is normally the return guy back there doing it as we look at Fang.
And please tell me, Fang, you're going to give that ball up to a fan.
My good buddy Fang, yeah, he's probably going to give it away to somebody. He's showcasing all that jewelry. Look at that.
He's sporting the bling, no doubt about it. Rocking the shades.
Oh, yeah. Fang's been around a minute, boy. He's been the mainstay here with this Rattlers team.
Always fun pregame.
Oh, yeah.
Comes out on the motorcycle. Gets the fans all fired up. Another part of the great experiences coming to a Rattlers game.
Oh, yeah.
You see Augustine there.
Augustine on the jet sweep was able to pick up 6 yards.
Now we saw Augustine last week, his first game with the Rattlers against Sioux Falls on the jet sweep, throw a 2-yard touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah. It's a run-pass option.
Holbrook's just trying to find the ball to fall on it. It's still loose. The strike force recover. And coming up with it is Mikael Mayer. His second.
Snaps a little high, has some heat on it, gets away from him. He's not able to make the recovery. As Sergio Phillips dives on top of him, and Mikael Mayer out of Texas A&M Commerce scoops that thing up. First turnover tonight here for the Rattlers, I believe.
The first fumble recovery of the season for Mayer. And I don't know if you saw that. Holbrook couldn't come up with the ball, but he kind of stuck the leg out a little bit to slow down Mayer, and it brought him to the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's how the quarterback's tackle.
And there's Rogers once again. By all means possible, get him down.
Exactly. I'm really, really impressed with Rogers, though. You know, the way he's came out and he's playing hard still, you know, down by a lot of points, but they're still out there playing hard.
Vercher, oh, he gets absolutely bottled up. Ricky Wyatt Jr. comes flying in for the sack.
Man, once he gets that thing coming, once he's coming at you, he is coming with a full head of steam.
6 foot, 230 pounds out of Central Arkansas.
Yeah, he's unblocked, and if you have to make a decision much quicker than that, there's no way you're going to get away from him. Look how fast he shoots that gap and gets through there.
Wyatt Jr. had 1.5 sacks this past Sunday against Sioux Falls. Picks up a sack here. He has now got 3.5 sacks on the season. Vercher tries to buy himself some time. Fires complete to Stafford. First down inside the 5. Brought down at the 4.
Great job that time by Vercher of stepping up in the pocket, taking off, and then firing a strike on the run to Stafford, who's had a really relatively quiet game tonight, Chris, for someone who's, you know, up there in just about every receiving category. He's had a quiet run tonight. The Rattlers have been able to bottle him up and keep him out of the end zone, everything. Well, I'm sorry, he has 1 receiving touchdown tonight, but The big games he's used to having, he just hadn't been able to do it tonight.
First and goal, San Diego from the 4. 4:15 remaining. Jet sweep, end around, touchdown for the strike force. And making the play is the starting quarterback, now playing wide receiver, Derek Bernard.
He's instilled his will on the coach tonight. I'm pretty sure that Bert has probably wanted to pull him out the game, and he's like, Coach, I am not coming out of the game. I'm fighting with my teammates tonight. I'm staying in, and of course, him being who he is, Bert's allowed him to do it as he reaches and dives and stretches that ball out for the touchdown. Kevin Guy's a little upset. I'm thinking he may have thought that Derek Bernard was out of bounds before he got in the end zone that time. Two-point conversion here.
Vercher tries to get out of trouble. Fires back to the middle of the field, and it is complete to Rogers.
If you throw it in his vicinity, he is going to catch it. As flags fly again, as Connor Flagel and Sergio Phillips get into it.
Action's getting a little heated over by the Rattlers bench area. As the strike force players make their way back towards their bench area.
As the referees huddle right there and talk it over.
The result of the play is the extra point was good. After the extra point, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 64 for shoving an opponent. It's his first of the game. The penalty being forced after the kickoff.
So there you have the explanation. Let's take another look, though, at the two-point conversion by San Diego.
Vercher does a great job of buying time, and then, of course, he throws it up. And anytime it's in Rogers' vicinity with guys hanging all on him and everything else, he's still able to come down with that ball. With Dylan Winfrey basically draped all over him, he's still able to make that catch. There's Ricky Wyatt Jr., of course, almost coming up with another big play and sacking Vercher that time.
And great job by Vercher to buy himself some time to make that play. 3:05 remaining. Arizona the 77-50 lead. Lakayo gets set to kick it away.
And he just hammers that thing up above that Casino Arizona sign. Wow.
And let's now take a look at the rest of the scores from the IFL. And right now down south in Tucson, I should say Tucson Sugar Skulls. It is Nebraska 37, Tucson 26 midway through the third quarter. Tucson went into that game with a record of 3-1 in fourth place in the IFL. And the Rattlers, they will open up this possession from the 13-yard line of San Diego. Right side, Monroe. And he gets stacked up. Pickup of maybe a couple on that play. Mayer in on that tackle. Had the fumble recovery earlier in the quarter.
Mayer and Timothy Smith, who's been super aggressive tonight in all facets of the game.
See the clock continue to wind down. 2.5 minutes. second down and 8 from the strike force 11. Holbrook looks to the middle of the field. Touchdown, Rattlers. Sheldon Augustine hauls it in. His second touchdown catch of the quarter.
Chris, this ball was thrown on time with accuracy. There's nothing that the defender could have done that time. As soon as Sheldon Augustine comes out of his break, that ball hits him right in the chest. Really good job of executing that time by Caleb Holbrook.
Camacho's extra point, it is up, and it is good. 84-35. And for Arizona, that is a season high for points scored. The previous high was 81 against Cedar Rapids in the second game of the year. They now have 84.
Yeah, this ball is thrown perfect timing. Soon as he comes out of his break, that ball hits him in the chest. And there's absolutely nothing that Deshaun Haythorne can do about that. Caleb Holbrook showing, that veteran in him.
Take a look at the rest of the scores from the IFL this weekend. Last night is Green Bay getting the win over Quad City. And then there's that update again, that Nebraska-Tucson Sugar Skulls game midway through the third quarter, 37-26. .132 remaining here. Arizona with the comfortable lead. Big return, Rogers. Boy, he has been a big playmaker, returning kicks here tonight for San Diego.
Just all around, just a good player. I can't speak enough of him, Chris, in reference to the physicality that someone that small plays with. And he plays hard the whole game. No matter what the score is, no matter what's going on, I mean, he is one good football player.
Certainly a bright spot here tonight.
Certainly.
Strike force will start from the Rattler 21. We'll get the playoff. We will not, as we hit the 1 minute warning. And the officials finally blow the whistle and throw the flag. It's the 1 minute warning here. Arizona with the lead, 84-50 over San Diego. We'll have the finish when we come back right here on Phoenix CW. Welcome back, everybody. 1 minute remaining. And we got the whistle blown before the snap.
There is no play, first down. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute. 1 minute.
We got the clock back to 1 minute. Here we go. Vercher in shotgun. Steps up, delivers, incomplete. And there was nowhere to go with that ball. Great defense there by the Rattlers secondary.
That time, Lance McDowell, too, just forcing Sergio Phillips back into the face of Vercher. Not able to throw that ball with any accuracy.
Well, McDowell, 6'4", 325.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Central Florida. He starts pushing on you. There's a chance you're going back.
It's one big human being.
Vercher, right side, incomplete. Marcus Rogers says that's my bad.
Yeah, because the sure-handed, Marcus Rogers, that was too easy. He didn't have anybody draped over him, No one was around him for a yard or two.
So that's going to bring a 3rd down and 10 with 53 seconds remaining. Ball at the Arizona 21. Vercher, pass is complete. Knocked into the dasher boards by Dylan Winfrey is David Carter.
It's a great catch by Carter. Great job of Vercher being able to get that ball to him as this Rattlers pass rush was coming down on him. Makes it a manageable 4th down now.
So it's going to bring 4th down and 6 for Arizona's defense. See if they can get another stop. Vercher up top. Penalty flags are thrown. Let's see who they get with the penalty.
Yeah, they're going to get him with a pass interference. He couldn't do anything. Great ball, great throw. He kind of pulled him down at the top. Victor Dean Jr. was probably going to catch that football.
Defense, number 8. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic 1st down.
So it's Devontae Merriweather gets called for the penalty.
He almost got away with it. It was pretty slick, pretty sly the way he did it. Gave him a tug up near the top of his jersey, Interesting 4th down call, though, too, It's not a high percentage play.
Took a shot at it.
Yeah.
Got the penalty.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 1st and goal from the 2.
Out.
Pitch left side, Rogers for the score. And another penalty flag comes down. It's going to be a holding call against San Diego. So that will be coming back.
During the run, holding offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's 1st down.
Negates the touchdown by Rogers, which he was racking up a pretty good game tonight in a losing effort. But I tell you, he has been a lone bright spot tonight for this San Diego team.
So that will bring it back out to the 12-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from there with 37 seconds remaining. Vercher able to get rid of it. Touchdown, San Diego. Moriera with the score. And great patience there by Vercher, allowing the pass rush to come over. What a classy move there by Moriera. Running down the field and handing the ball to a fan as we take a look at the score.
Great job of eluding Bubba Chapman and getting in.
And Vercher showing some patience as we take a look at the fan there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. offense number 3 for throwing the football in the stands, his first of the game. That penalty being enforced after the kickoff will have the extra point.
I didn't see him throw it in the stands. I thought he handed it to him. That's the kids. For the kids.
He handed it.
Yeah, but I guess you can't do that either.
To the very happy.
Oh, yeah.
Young girl. Just made her night.
Oh, totally made her night. I'll tell you, Chris, I told a story. My last year, I gave away every ball, every touchdown, any big play, I gave it away.
And that fan's going to want to come back to another game. Another 2-point conversion there for the strike force. 2 staffers. We're taking another look at the touchdown. Look at the patience by Vircher, allowing the rush to come to him, then just drops over the top of him.
Nice little screen play. Someone gets picked up, gets their clock clean too. But yeah, he just gives it away to her. Like, I didn't know. I've seen some balls being thrown in the stands earlier that no one threw a penalty on. So maybe he thought he threw it in the stands because he came back without it. But that was awesome. Look at the look on her face. You know,
great reaction.
Oh, absolutely.
Kudos to George.
Absolutely.
Moriera of the San Diego Strike Force. Classy move by him. Gets the touchdown. Runs almost the other way down the field. Handed the ball to that young fan.
And gives it to an Arizona Rattlers fan too. You know, that was awesome.
That's a good look at Strike Force head coach Bert Grossman. And we had a chance to talk to him before the game. He told us, you know, their hands were going to be full here tonight taking on Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
They were missing some personnel as well, had some injuries, and he knew it was going to be a tough sledding here tonight, and it has been.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster too for him this year. You know, they've had some things go on, some things happening, some turnovers, some change. You know, guys coming in, guys leaving. So it's kind of expected, but it is still early in the season, and we've seen tonight that they've got some bright spots on this team. It's just a matter of them putting some people together and getting them all in the right places and then seeing where they fall as this regular season ends. But
and Grossman himself, he played 6 years in the NFL. He was a defensive end, played 5 years in San Diego, 1 year in Philly. So he's been at the highest level. He knows what it's all about. He's trying to bring that here.
Oh, yeah.
To San Diego.
And just listening to him talk, you can tell ex-football player, all that, just listening to the energy and everything behind him. It was cool to talk to him before the game.
And this team has continued to battle here all night long. Squib kick fielded at the goal line by Sheldon Augustine, left side. Touchdown Rattlers. No flags on the play, and the Arizona Rattlers here tonight have set a franchise record for most points scored in a game.
Boy, can he run, Chris. Some guys just look good when they're running too. Like the form's good, everything looks good, and Sheldon Augustine is explosive, and he showed it. He made one cut and then just outran everybody on the Strike Force kicking team that time.
The previous franchise record was 86 points against Utah back on May 19th, 2012.
Wow.
So a new franchise record for points scored here tonight by the Rattlers. 91 points. Yeah.
We almost thought
wave that flag.
We thought it was going to come down a couple of times this year, and KG called off the Dogs a couple of games where they just took kneel downs and ran the rest of the clock down. But kickoffs, you can't do anything about that. And when you put the ball in Augustine's hand like that, he's always one seam away from taking it to the house. Wow, fast.
So Coach Guy told us about Sheldon Augustine, reminded him a little bit of Desmond Epps. He's been so electrifying as a return guy, and now Augustine gets his turn, and he takes it to the house.
And he looks like, as far as speed, burst, everything, he looks like Epps. Like they have the same form, same size, same build, same explosiveness, same everything. Like, look for him to really, really put a mark on this Rattlers team, especially if Epps is going to be gone. He'll be the next guy up. He will be the next Desmond Epps. Or the next Sheldon Augustine, I'm sorry.
The first Sheldon Augustine.
Yes.
Deep kick by Camacho. Great coverage. Dylan Winfrey coming up and making the tackle on Deshaun Hawthorne. And there is that kickoff coverage making plays once again.
Oh, yeah. Less than, 30 seconds left in the game. They're still flying down the field on kickoff, pinning these guys inside the 5.
Well, this Rattler team, led by head coach Kevin Guy, they play to a Rattlers standard.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what the score is. They're playing to a certain standard.
Most definitely.
So there will not be any let-up from Arizona. So 18 seconds remaining. Let's see if San Diego just elects to run out the clock here.
There's no give up in San Diego. They're going.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to get hurt though either. 18 seconds remaining. Yeah, they're just gonna hand it off here. Moriera does a great job getting out of the end zone. Tackle is made by Ricky Wyatt Jr.
Who's been all over the field tonight.
And the clock continues to wind down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's gonna do it. The Arizona Rattlers move to 5-0 on the season as they get the victory over San Diego. 91-58 the final. The 91 points is a Arizona Rattlers franchise record. Step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy and have our final thoughts. We'll be back in just a moment. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Papa John's. When we win, you win. The day after every Rattlers win, you'll receive 50% off all online pizza orders. And what a win it was here tonight. Arizona, they set a franchise record for most points scored in a game. 91 points. With the victory, they moved to 5-0 on the season. And we are joined right now by Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. Congratulations on the victory. 91 points. That set a franchise record for most points ever scored for Arizona. What was working so well for you offensively here tonight?
I can't hear you.
Coach, you guys set a franchise record here tonight for most points scored in a game, 91 points. What was working so well for you tonight offensively?
Well, everything. I mean, you know, whatever we were calling was working. And we had a bad snap tonight. We turned the ball over, and then we called the play wrong in the huddle and threw a pick down the field. But, you know, we were trying to get out of the game, and then, you know, they decided that, you know, the refs decided they were going to start throwing flags on that last drive and continue. We should have just got out of the game, you know, and it gave us that opportunity to score 91 points.
Kevin Randy here. How pleased are you at the way the guys who you wanted to look at, the guys who were getting opportunities to play tonight, how pleased are you at the way those guys performed tonight?
Well, some I was pleased, and then some I'm not, you know. So, you know, we're going to look at the film, and you know, it comes down to production. And I told them, you know, when you get an opportunity, you got to make the most of it. This is a very deep team. We, you know, even though we've been losing some players to injuries and you know, other leagues, but, you know, we have some depth, and you know, these guys better make the most of their opportunities. And some guys took advantage of it, some guys didn't. And, you know, we'll see it on film, and you know, we'll have to make some decisions based on their play.
5-0 on the season, top of the IFL standings, Coach. Now you go on a 3-game road trip. What do you want to see from the team pushing forward?
Well, we got to get some things cleaned up defensively. We had some busts tonight. I was very, you know, disappointed in our attention to detail and our discipline. So we'll get that corrected starting in the morning. But, you know, it's going to be a great test for us for the next 3 weeks to see how we're going to be on the road. And, you know, we got a big one next week in Tucson. You know, I think they're 3-2 right now. I think they might have lost tonight. But, you know, we got to go down to Tucson. And, you know, they've been playing well at home. I believe they're undefeated at home. So, you know, hopefully Rattler Nation, you know, carries with us down there, and we have a big turnout, and hopefully we can turn that thing into a little bit of an advantage down there as well.
Looking forward to it. Congratulations on the win here tonight, Coach.
You got it, guys. Thanks.
Arizona Rattlers move to 5-0 on the season as we get caught up on the IFL standings. Rattlers on top. And you got Iowa Barnstormers. They're in action tonight. And Sioux Falls now 5-1 on the season. Everything's kind of bunched up top.
Yeah, and, you know, the Sioux Falls team, they are 5-1, but their loss is to the Rattlers. So, you know, we know that they're going to be a good team. We know that when it comes down to it, that they're going to be in the thick of it with Arizona and Iowa as well. So look for those 3 teams at the top. They're going to continue to separate themselves. But like I said, Sioux Falls, it is one loss, but it is to the best team in the IFL right now.
Rattlers get the win 91-58 over San Diego. Your final thoughts on what you saw here tonight?
You know, I know Kevin Guy wasn't as impressed maybe as we are up here. He sees the details that we don't see. But I thought overall, the new guys who stepped in and played tonight, I thought they played well, especially being thrust into a situation where some of these guys hadn't played all year. Daryl Monroe makes his debut. Ziamba was the exception because he's got experience and he's used to doing it. But overall, I just felt like they played really well. But like I said, I don't have them in practice. I don't know the details of what KG sees, and his standard is probably a little bit higher than mine. But overall, for them to put up 91 points and to excel the way they did tonight, I thought was very impressive with 5 or 6 new guys.
Arizona Rattlers all smiles here tonight. They set a franchise record for most points scored in a game as they take down San Diego by a count of 91-58 and move to 5-0 on the season, tops in the IFL. Well, that'll do it for us here tonight at Talking Stick Resort Arena. For all the talented folks behind the scenes, and for my partner Randy Gatewood, I'm Chris Harris saying so long. Rattlers with the win.